Shifts happen too. The next transits. 250 years plus of combined astrological knowledge under one roof. Penny Thornton, Rick Levine, Alex Trenoweth, Darby Costello, and yours truly, Steve Judd. 4 days in a quality 4-star hotel with all meals, 15 to 20 workshops, a gym, bonfires, stargazing, connecting with people from many different countries. Leave feeling empowered, nourished and prepared. Something is shifting. Can you feel it? This will be a once in a lifetime experience during the most concentrated shift in human history. It's a think tank of like-minded people set to determine the future for all of us. Be there or be a cubicle angular thing. Hi folks, this is a video that I'm putting out to everyone. It's part of what myself and my team are calling the soft launch of Shifts Happen. Shifts Happen 2, TOO, the next transit, which is going to be happening in the UK over the Taurus new moon in mid-May. And we're going to be starting the event on Friday evening, the 15th, Friday late afternoon, early evening, the 15th of May. And it will finish around midday, early afternoon on Monday, the 18th of May. And that's the basic event. Now, during this event, I'm putting all the stops out to make sure that this is the astrological event, at least in the UK, if not in mainland Europe, of 2026, or at least in my opinion. Other astrologers may disagree. But what we're going to be doing here is I'm renting a 4-star hotel with well over 100 rooms, which I hope to fill. And the price for the event includes all the accommodation and 3 square meals a day, and the meals will be vegetarian, although for those of you that insist on eating meat, you can make your own arrangements with a chef. You don't have to be vegetarian during the event. And we've got some spectacular astrological workshops happening. We've got Penny Thornton coming again. Penny is one of the greatest living astrologers. She's been doing astrology longer than anyone I personally know. She's been doing it at least 10 years, longer than me, and I've been doing it nearly 50 years. And her take on the global situation at any given time is one of the best bits of astrological writing you're ever going to see. For those of you who see her weekly forecasts, you know what I'm talking about. And she'll be coming to the event once again and giving her knowledge, skill sets and opinions on the influences of the planets in the sky and their effects upon us both individually and collectively at this time and over the coming year. She has more astrological experience of doing horoscopes and looking at the world scene than anyone I am aware of. There are other astrologers who have done as many readings as her, but don't look at the global picture. And there are also many people who look at the global picture, but don't do readings. Penny is that rare mixture. The complete astrologer in many ways. My friend Rick Levine is going to be coming to Shifts Happen as well, coming from the other side of the globe, from Seattle, to give us the benefit of his wisdom. Rick has also been doing readings longer than me. He's been doing astrological readings for well over 50 years. And he also is one of the most experienced astrologers on the planet. He's very well traveled, very good at presenting his ideas and opinions. We're very good friends, so I can be a little bit flippant in my description of him. And he's going to be presenting at least two, if not three, workshops over the event. And the main one is definitely going to be on the influences of the trans-Saturnian planets. So looking at the transits of Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto at this time, in this day and age, both globally, as in what's happening at the global picture over the next few years, and also relating to how these planets work at an individual level through the transits in our chart. Alex Trenoweth is returning. I'm delighted to say. Last year, Alex Trenoweth presented one of the two best workshops of the whole event when she blended her decades of experience as a teacher in normal classrooms with her experience as an astrologer. And she showed how the 12-year Jupiter cycle really influences children's growth. And she's now really developing this into an almost unique art form and skill set, where she's actually actively seeking to teach parents how to read their own children's charts and to encourage them in the ways of making their lives a lot easier depending on their age and position in the Jupiter cycle. She's going to be doing a workshop on Jupiter transits for 12-year cycle. And I'm really looking forward to that because I know that her and I have one or two slight disagreements on the influence of Jupiter. So, and we're 30-year friends. So we're going to be, I'm going to be interested to see what she has to say. And then I'm absolutely delighted and privileged to welcome Darby Costello to Shifts Happen. Darby did the MA in Cultural Astronomy and Astrology at the same time as me. 25 years ago. She's one of the very first people in the world to hold that qualification. Darby, like Rick and Penny, has been doing astrological readings for 50 years or more. And still to this day, like Penny, like Rick, like myself, she does astrological readings. And she's going to be presenting the benefit of her very long and erudite experience in talking about the influences of the transits of Mars, the movements of Mars in the sky, both over the coming year or two, and particularly how they influence individuals through transits, through their houses, and by aspects. But she's also going to be looking at particularly the influence of the sign of Aries, because Aries is going to be very much in the news over the coming year, 2 or 3. And this is something that's new. I think this is going to be something really, really worth watching. And then there'll be me. Now, it just so happens, I didn't realise this when I booked the venue, but on the evening we start the event, Saturn in the sky will be exactly squaring my sun for the first time during a 9-month process. So I thought, do I change the dates? Do I hide under the bed? And then I thought, wait a minute, I'm Saturn's boy. No. So right at that moment that Saturn is squaring my sun, I'm going to be doing a workshop on Saturn transits from a 21st century perspective, not talking about the big bogeyman, but talking about how to use the discipline and structure that Saturn offers in a way that helps you build a much more steady, stable, and consistent life. And I will be focusing as well on the difficult stuff from Saturn. I'm also going to be offering a workshop on how to actually work with, use, and manifest both transits and progressions in your life. There will also be, I hope, at least one, if not two, or possibly even three special guest stars who will be coming to at least attend and possibly doing a workshop. I'm not going to say any more until I've confirmed them, and I might hold them back as a surprise just for a week or two before. But they're going to be people whom are parallel with those who are there in terms of renown and experience, and actually a little bit more public. I'll stop there. Now, some people, particularly those coming from different countries, are going to be paying for the extra night and arriving a day early. And for those of you that do, for Thursday night, before the event starts, in the bar, is a place where, well, at least myself and Rick, and quite possibly quite a few other people will be holding courts, pontificating, laughing with everyone, welcoming everyone, and setting the tone and the flow of the event. That's always fun on the Thursday night. And this year we've got a special treat as well. After the event ends around 2 p.m. on the Monday afternoon. But for some people, about 40 of the people at the event are going to be staying on because I've rented a coach for next day, a 45-seater coach. And we're going to fill it up with those people, and we're going to take a 1.5 to 2 hour coach ride from the hotel into the centre part of southern England. And we're going to spend 3, 4, 5 hours in the middle of the biggest Neolithic complex in the world. We're going to be going to West Kennet Long Barrow, which was built around 3600 BC, so 5,500 years ago, and is aligned perfectly with sunrise and sunset on the summer solstice. And then we're going to go to Avebury Stone Circle, which is the biggest stone circle in the world. So big that most of the village of Avebury is within the stone circle, including the pub with the well in it, and including the old church, and including quite a few shops, including what I think is the best crystal shop in the world. And it was going to take a couple of hours to walk around the stone circle at least. And there are some truly magical spots on the landscape where you have to be pretty numb not to feel the, I'm going to use the word, it's not the right word, but it's a generic word, where you have to feel the magic of the landscape, where landscape and horizon blend and create a sensation that can actually be physically felt and experienced. And then we'll come back to the hotel, have a meal, have a farewell night in the bar, and Tuesday morning we'll all leave. Now, underneath this, in the box beneath this video, you'll find the link to this with all the details and the costs. And I'm not going to lie, it's not cheap. But neither is it exorbitantly expensive. When you think that you're going to be getting at least 3, if not 5, or even 6 nights in a 4-star hotel with quality vegetarian food throughout, with workshops from at least 5 astrologers who between them have over 250 years of astrological experience, plus you're going to get a trip to the biggest stone circle in the world. And we will be looking at all the spatial geometry and the sacred geometry of this while we're there. It's a once in a lifetime experience. I hope that some of you can find it in your heart to join us. I appreciate that many of you will come from far away, but last year we had people from 19 different countries. I want to beat that this year. I want at least 22, 23 different countries there. And we never set out to do this. We never set out to mean this. It just kind of happened last year. The name just sprang out of the ether. Shifts happen. And now its shifts happen too. The next transit, right in the middle of the time of the biggest period of concentrated and compressed change in human history. And those of you who are there are going to be able to work with the very best of contemporary astrologers. So be there or be an angular cubicle thingy. And I really hope to see many of you there. Be well, folks. Catch you soon. Bye.